I know also there's something more behind it than just a marketing firm, right? You mentioned earlier that you're also giving back. How did it come about?
Yeah, no, it's all passion. It's wanting to give opportunity to those who don't have it, and maybe have started in the same situation that I have or my brothers have. It's seeing those things, it's meeting those people along the way that maybe aren't in the sport anymore, and understanding why they're not in the sport anymore, in the sport anymore. And that could be whether it's not having a home to go to, not having a team to go to, not feeling appreciated, not having sponsors treat them in a way that, it's all of these little factors. But for the most part, it's just about giving opportunity to those who could use it and have showed the dedication. Like I always say, we're not the entry level, we're not the entry level like step in someone's career, right? We're like after, so like we gave a kid in Oklahoma a bike after we won Tulsa, which was awesome. And you know, one of the kids literally, we stayed with his family, and he worked on the bikes the whole week. He glued tubulars. He waxed chains, which I don't think anyone's had a wax chain before. He did all this amazing stuff, and he was a good cyclist. And we're like, man, this kid's so humble. He's so amazing. He's so like invested in us, just like coming to, like, they're already helping us by letting us stay with them. And he's going above and beyond. So we wanted to help him, and we helped another kid who was like the state champion of Oklahoma, right? Like that's where we want to come in, and we want to go, okay, hey, you've put in the work, you've done really great things, you're heading in the right direction. We want to reinforce that you're doing all of those things, right? So like that's what the team's like primary purpose is, right? We want to go out, we want to win races, we want to change the perception of success in American cycling. But we also want to like make sure that as we're doing that, we're kind of pulling everyone else along and elevating the steps below us.
Yeah, and DT Swiss, we're very honored to be part of it. Of course, that brings me then to the question, like for you, sponsors and partnerships, how what kind of importance are they for you, and how do they have to help you to develop your team, your mission?
Yeah, no, I think the sponsors you pick is extremely important, right? They have to be people that believe in what you're doing. And like when we sat down, we had the conversation with DT Swiss, I kid you not, you guys were the first people to be like, yeah, no, we get it. Like we're in. And having that kind of connection is really important. I think I think we're maybe one of the first teams, at least here, that won't work with certain people, not because we don't like or respect their product or the people that work for them. We just want to be very honest about what works for what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish, and what doesn't. We don't want to waste anyone's time. We want everyone to put their marketing dollars in a place where it makes sense for them long term. You know, we don't want short sponsorship. So like, yeah, figuring out those deals, figuring out those partnerships is extremely important. We try to keep it pretty limited. You know, we don't go after everyone. We really pay attention to what they're doing, what their marketing campaigns are, how we can fit into those pretty seamlessly, and how we can help elevate what they're trying to accomplish. And I think with that, that's when you build relationships that are lasting.
Yes, that's awesome to me, and we are so fortunate to be part of it. That's exciting. Now, Justin, I know you are famous for like being a stud on the bike. And there's always when I'm watching your videos, you know, on other videos, there's a lot of always team discussion conversations going on before the race. So there's a lot of
I'm always yelling at people.
You're yelling at people, okay. But it seems like there's quite a lot of moments going into really of getting ready, everyone ready for the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the start line, what are you thinking? What is the first thing or last thing you're thinking before the gun goes off?
You know, it starts in the beginning of the day. It starts when you wake up. Like before I go to bed the night before a race, like I prepare everything. Like I write down, I write down the race time, and then from the race time, I'll write down when I need to eat, when I need to arrive, when I need to, all these things. If I'm going to ride in the morning, how long it's going to be, when I'm going to leave, how long the coffee stop's going to be.
That's amazing.
When you get to the line, it's everything is already done. It's the most calming feeling, because that's when you can apply. It's the easiest part, because that's when you apply everything that you've worked for. And I think there's no more thinking, right? It's just like, all right, you got to just go for it at this point. I have the guys, they have their plan. And it's amazing having, the fantastic teammates, Tyler Williams and Corey Lockwood. And, we have all these really amazing, talented guys, which is, again, a part of what the team is for. The team is to give opportunities. I always make fun, because we have a lot of under 23 teams in America. But after under 23, there aren't very many teams. And our team is like that next step. And we're like, well, we need more teams like our team, so that when we have under 23 guys also, but when those guys that are on under 23 specific teams get out of that, they can have programs to come to. But yeah, on the start line, it's just, it's easy. It's everything else, just, it's natural. It just takes over, and I go in a race mode, which is my favorite mode.
Awesome. What is winning takes a lot. Because only one person can do it, right? And you're you're winning quite a lot. So what is there something which works for you? Is there a certain thought, a certain mission, a certain plan you always have in place?
It depends. I think there's a different factors, and I think it's about how you use those factors, right? Like sometimes it's anger, someone makes me mad, and I can convert that into performance. Or it's like my favorite race, or it's like Tulsa Tough, where it's like the biggest race, or it's like, I don't know, it's a race that Corey really wants to win, and to help him win, or give him the best chances of winning, I have to be at my best. It's about all those things, not letting the team down, not letting our sponsors down, not letting the people that follow us down. It's all these things, and it's being a good bike racer. To me, it's about how you convert whatever situation you're in, sad, mad, happy, whatever, and you channel that into doing exactly what you need to do to get the job done. And like that's what it's about.
That's awesome, Justin. You've learned surely a lot over the last years, or probably decades, right? What advice?
The last year for sure.
What advice would you give your younger self, younger Justin, who is living in the hoods of LA, to
train?
Oh, train. Okay.
Train. I think it took me a long time. For a long time, I just was lucky enough to be talented enough to ride in a lot of the races, and not put in the amount of work that I should have. And I made my life a lot harder than it needed to be. And I crashed a lot more because I needed to take crazy risks to be in the right position. And that's been like the story of my life. Is I've always understood racing in a way that I knew where I had to be, but I didn't always have the legs to be there. And in turn, to get there, I would do crazy things sometimes, and I've evolved and I've matured out of that. So if I could give myself one word of advice, it would be just to train. I've gotten to race on every level, which has been amazing. I think no matter what, at this point in my life, this is exactly where I would be, is starting my own team, and maybe understanding how I can try to change the landscape of American cycling. But it would have been nice to spend a few more years in Europe racing. It would have been nice to do some of the bigger classics, and all of that was just a little bit more discipline and a little bit more training.
Awesome. Interesting. Would that be also the advice you would give to any young cyclist who would like to, be there where you are right now?
I think the best advice is to not be too discouraged on setbacks. Everyone's not a winner, but it doesn't mean that you can't figure out what your role is within a successful team, within a winning team. So I would say focus. If you're really young, like if you're in the junior categories, man, focus on all of the experiences that you get when you're traveling. You're hanging out with these guys that are going through the same things you're going through, and it's really cool being in a hotel room with like, 4 guys your age, and you guys are just bouncing off of beds and, sneaking out to gas stations to get candy and all that stuff. So enjoy it. Enjoy the experiences, enjoy the moments, learn how to be a good teammate, figure out what you're really good at and what your role could be in a successful team. If you are the winner, learn how to win. Don't upgrade too fast. Make sure that you're taking in whatever advice someone that's on the level that you want to be on is giving you, right? It's hard. So a lot of times those guys don't want to talk to like little kids. So if someone is willing to open up and to help guide you in any way, just pay attention, learn, be disciplined, and really have fun. Keep it fun.
Yeah. That's a lot of advices, a lot of tips, Justin. Thank you very much. Really, I really appreciate your time, Justin.
I appreciate it.
Great information just to learn about you, about Legions of LA and your mission, and as well as some tips for younger cyclists and upcoming cyclists. If there's one thing you would give someone on the way, what would it be? Is there something, a quote or so you're always living by?
Oh no, that's funny. I don't know. That's a good one. I'm always looking at quotes. So there's so many. I think be the change you want to see in the world is the one that stands out the most for me. But I think, I think that it's easy to just kind of give yourself. There's so much information that's out there. It's easy to put yourself in a position to learn. Never stop learning. I think that's the best advice I can give anyone. Never stop learning. Never let anyone tell you can't. Just go for it. I mean, like our team started with me literally just saying one day to my brother, "I'm gonna start a team," and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna start a team."
Wow, that's amazing. And what you told me also before we started recording is you started your day with reading about Aztec history, right? I mean, you're really living what you're saying.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. I usually wake up in the morning and before I go to bed, I'll try to catch up on something. I don't know. I love useless facts. I love useless facts and I love history. So I'm always reading about something or watching YouTube about something. So this morning I woke up and I listened to this like 30-minute podcast on Aztec history and civilization and how it all came to be, how it all turned into Mexico. It's pretty, it's pretty interesting.
That's awesome. Fantastic, Justin. Really, thank you so much for your time. We wish you good luck, and hopefully the season will restart very soon. Any idea if there's something happening by the end, at least, of the season?
Yeah, I think there'll be some. I think there'll be something. I think we just have to. Our job is to make the most of what we have now. Corey's already won a Zwift race, so we're on our way to being a e-racing team, which is also okay. But I think there'll be some racing throughout the end of the year. I think it'll be a little bit late, but like the way our season is set up in California, we stop racing in like October or something, and we start racing in January anyway. So like it's not like we have much of an off season like that anyway. So it'll be fine. I think we'll make the most of it. We'll get some good content, focus on that, focus on the racing. I think the guys will be so excited to just be together and traveling. It's going to make for some pretty epic trips. So we're looking forward to it. We can't wait. Hopefully as we get through this, we definitely have something to look forward to.
Awesome. Really. Then we from DT Swiss wish you good luck. Of course, with nice wheels.
Yes.
And keep us updated how the season is going. We stay in contact anyway. And
sure.
Many greetings from Switzerland to LA.
I gotta come visit.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys.
Awesome.